Hello everyone, are you ready for another adventure? It's me, Wokey, and I'm back with another Fake Grand Order video. Took a little bit of a break there to enjoy some of the holidays, but it's time to get back on track. Because as you can see on your calendar, the month of November is ending, which means it's time to take a look and see what's coming to the game in December. This is also going to be the last month of 2025, and then we can start the whole cycle over again in 2026. Isn't that fun? So that's going to be today's video. I hope you like it. If you do, feel free to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me what you're looking forward to the most. I assume for most people, it's actually going to be New Year's. New Year's starts on the 31st for us, just because of how weird the time zone things happen. And it's a pretty chill month, to be honest with you. If it was not for New Year's, I think this video would be literally like 8 minutes long with how much I have to talk about. And let's begin. So, if you're brand new, I'll let you know how I'm able to know what's going to be coming to the game. It's because we're 2 years behind on the JP version of the game, so it allows us to look forward and see what's going to be happening, because it already happened on the JP side. Though there are a couple of differences, which I will mention pretty soon. First, just to take a quick look and see what's currently going on in the game, we do have Super Goryukaku. That is the main event that is currently going on. Something to take note of here is, if you don't know, depending, you might have, oh, it's already late. It also doesn't have anything to do with December, but I feel like saying it. The raids do start on the 29th. If you're looking at your calendar and saying, wait a minute, it's the 29th right now, PT time, so that means basically add day roll. Depending on when you've seen this, when you're seeing this video, the raids are either currently going on, almost about to happen, or completely over. They only happen and they don't last very long. But I figure if you're seeing this video and you're seeing it early, it's a good thing to mention, hey, catch up to your raid battle, catch up to the story now, and get ready for those raids. The main thing I wanted to take note of here is that there is going to be a banner, which is going to be banner 3, which is when Kenshin's going to show up. And this should be on either December 3rd or 4th. It's usually a week from when the event started. And because the game went into maintenance on the 26th, that means a week from then is going to be the 3rd. But if I want to hedge my bets and say, hey, it's going to be an exact week from when it started on the 27th, then I guess it'd be the 4th, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be the 3rd. And that's something to take note, because I know plenty of people are waiting to get ready to summon for Kenshin. And then next we have another thing that we have to keep on track. I know I said how, hey, we look at JP, but we have to continue looking at NA for a bit, because actually the next thing that is going to be happening, which is what they've just announced, is the Advent Calendar 2025, which this goes, if you don't know what an Advent Calendar is, I guess, I don't know where they go through specifically, but the way it goes is that you're supposed to open... It's like this little chocolate thingy that you open one a day, like December 1st, you open the first one, you get a prize, and this happens all the way up to December 25th, and they kind of replicate it here. This is not something they do on JP, and this is typically a way for the game to give us some back order of stuff we might have missed from certain campaigns over on the JP side, so it's kind of nice for that. So we can take a look at the previous Advent Calendar and see the kind of prizes they got, and it's going to be basically the same, maybe a couple differences in terms of the EXP and stuff like that, but this is, or the friend points and the QP, but typically it is always 30 cent quartz, around 12 million QP, 50 mana prisms, 5 golden apples, 5 summoning tickets, 2k friend points, 5 silver foe for HP and attack, and 18 EXP. Now the variable of changes usually happens on the QP side or the EXP side, but we usually always get 30 cent quartz and we always get 5 tickets, which is what I think most people care about the most. And then we always get a decent amount of QP and stuff like that. Could they introduce something completely different to show us off, to like throw us off? It'd be nice. I don't think it's gonna happen though, because it's happened enough times now where I feel like this is typically what they get, and I feel like this falls in pretty good order with what to expect from an Advent Calendar and stuff like that, which is like tiny little surprises and nothing really too big. So yeah, that's about what I could expect from that. Nothing too big. I know the thing that most people usually bring up is that they would really like there to be a 4-star selector on here, but I don't think it's happening. It'd be really cool if it happened, but for the most part, expect this and nothing too much. And now we'll go back to the other things to talk about in December, which, okay, so Christmas 2023 pre-release campaign, okay, so, here it is. What inside is a teaser for the SR servant that's going to be coming up for December. Main quest, 1/4 AP campaign, Spirit Vein, Stone reruns, And then that's it. There's really no banner related to this. If there was going to be a surprise to come, I would say maybe they could throw out another surprise banner here just in case to get someone, keep us on our toes or something. This would probably be a good time to do it, but currently it's not scheduled, so I have to kind of show you what JP got, and JP, that was their pre-release campaign. It was very simple. Christmas 2023 itself, this is where we'll get a free Santa Nemo. And there's no new unit to come with this event. So the new unit is the welfare. So the last new unit for us in 2025 is technically not. But Kenshin is the last one. And then technically speaking, the unit that is coming at the very, very end of 2025, which will be, for some people, the 31st of December is technically the last new unit of it. But for all intents and purposes, that was the last one. And as far as related to an event. So yeah, Santa Nemo will be here. This is also a lotto event, so if you missed out on the raids and you're like, man, I wish there was just something I could easily grind, there's the lotto. I'll cover this a little bit more when I do a full in-depth thing talking about the event, because this is literally the main thing to talk about for this year. For December is this one event. In terms of summoning campaigns, there are 5 of them, because I'm counting the friend point as a campaign. A banner that features Nemo, a banner that features Britomart, a banner that features Summer BB and Asvataman, a banner that features Scotty and Asvataman, and then finally a friend point campaign which features Mary Anning, which I like Mary Anning a whole bunch, which is why I consider her part of the team when I talk about all these. This is a good chance. This is a very good 1-star Lancer. I use her a whole bunch. I'm a big fan. It's not just because I'm also biased to this specific event that I really like a whole bunch. I tell you, it's not my biases talking at all. But yeah, that is basically Christmas, and that is expected to happen late December, because on the roadmap that they've given us, it says like this is likely happening late December, so there'll likely be some filler in between late December and here. We'll have to see what they plan to do. Like I said, they could just throw out a surprise banner or something. Maybe they move up advanced quests so that it doesn't happen on the 31st. That's also possible. Now, Chaldea Satellite Station and the New Year's Eve TV special, we don't get these. We get an equivalent of them, but we don't get them specifically in name. So just to quickly take a look at them to see what I mean. For their Satellite Station 2023-2024 campaign, Kyoto, this is where they gave out a CE and they gave out 3 golden apples, as well as having campaigns that can give out St. Quartz. Now, I'm pretty sure that when we do our own broadcast thing or whatever, they'll find a way to give us these St. Quartz, but these apples will be kind of given off to something else that will have a login bonus, and we'll just get them that way. As far as these CEs are concerned, I think we usually don't get them. They're, as far as I can remember. If you know if we get them or not, let me know, but I'm pretty sure we don't get them. I think last year I asked this same question, and for the life of me, I cannot remember sometimes. But yeah, the main info that we get from this live stream is them talking about the GSSR, so we'll have like an equivalent of that to talk about it for this year, where they'll just show us some stuff that will be coming for New Year's. And then for their New Year's Eve TV special 2023 broadcast campaign, this is also just a way to give us 3 golden apples and a golden ticket. And then also have some campaigns related to it, like having all main story maps free quest, first time clear, 1/2 AP, and then all interludes and all advanced class, 1/2 AP. Now, the way we get those for us is that we have, our equivalent is called just the Countdown campaign. So you can see the campaign right here for last year. It gave us a whole bunch of golden apples and a ticket. Game updates that were happening for that year. We don't have any for this year as far as I can tell. And the thing that was different is that they had a summoning campaign for last year, but they added a couple other units, so that's why I'm saying I'm not sure if they're going to add more units in December, especially with how like kind of light it's looking. They could definitely do that because they did that last year. Last time it was, if I remember correctly, it was just a Moriarty banner, and then they added those specific other units. If I go here to Hokkaido, you can see here for yourself that originally this was just a Moriarty and Melt banner, and then they dropped Melt and then just added a whole bunch of other 5 stars to summon with. So they could potentially do the same thing for us, is what I'm trying to get at here. And yeah, that will be our equivalent for it, and that's what we'll get. So we'll have a New Year's Countdown 2026, and then we kind of go from there. in terms of other things happening in December, let me get back to this year before I completely lose track of everything. That's that. Advanced Quest Part 17. Advanced Quest. This time you'll be able to get CEs for the Lanugo, the Proof, and the Fangs. So you'll be able to get these 3 CEs and following these fucking ritualistic things to get these done. Even though they have given us St. Quartz related to them, I still actually am crazy lagging behind on doing any of these. For some reason, all the battery life leaves from me the second I try and go do one of them, but I really should just kind of lock in and get these done. And yeah, as far as December looks, that's it for December. It's the very basic thing of it. Like I said, there's going to be one singular event. If they have a chance to maybe squeeze in a banner, it's possible. I don't know who they would be. I honestly don't know who it could be, what they could do there. But maybe they could do something. I'm not sure. They won't be any of the units that will likely be there on New Year's, though. So, like I said, there's actually technically one other thing. Because if we look back here, you'll see the Happy New Year's 2025 started on December 31st. December 31st. So that means for us, this is also at the end of December, so I can talk about it a little bit. And I'll go over this very briefly, just because I'll just cover some of the stuff to talk about, because I will obviously be doing a video talking about all the things happening to New Year's closer to when it's near the end of the year, but some important things I just wanted to talk about. 30 St. Quartz from New Year's gift login bonus, which is always nice and always good. And I wanted to talk about summoning campaigns. The two of them are the New Year's banner and the GSSR. First off, for New Year's 2024, this is also where I have to say, like, hey, if you have somehow avoided Samurai Remnant spoilers, this is unfortunately the part where I can no longer stop avoiding talking about them, because you'll see it clearly. This is also unfortunately where I learned Saber's name, because I've actually avoided seeing it for 2 years. But that's okay, that just means I should have really continued my live streams of Fate Samurai, or maybe just actually completed the game. I plan to before the event comes in, but anyway, continuing on, you'll see here that the New Year's unit is Yamato Takeru, who is the Saber from Fate Samurai. There's also going to be a Fate Samurai event at the beginning of 2025, but like I said, that's not in December, so I won't go over it here. But just to see the look at the banners, and you can see all the 4 stars that are also related to them. Here's where the banners are going to go for. So be Takeru first, and then Koenskaya of Light and Summer Helena, and then the next day after that is going to be... These also only last for like 2 days at most. The ones that Takeru will last through a decent bit here, like a week and a couple days, a week and 2 days. These other ones will show up and then be here for 2 days and then go away. Next is going to be Melt and Saber Altar. And then after Melt and Saber Altar, it's Summer Jean and Trico, or Babu Sif, whatever you like to call her. Tiamat and Lacosta is next after them. After Tiamat and Lacosta, it is Himiko and Summer Raiko. And then after them, it's Romulus and Canis. And then after them, it's Merlin and Keisuke, which maybe is the weirdest pair up that they could have. And for all of these banners, there'll be the Raid Up Craft Essences for New Year's, which is Goddess's Fortune Slip, Crane Beginning to Blossom, and Toward the Pacific Belt, which is the cool Kaiju Battle one here that you see here. And then for the GSSR, like I said, there'll be a much longer and shorter, and very short video talking about the GSSRs like I usually do. But for now, just to let you know, the GSSR is going to be the following format. And in case you don't know, it costs 15 Paintsake Quartz. You get 1 random 5-star from the banner you pick. You can only pick 1 of the 29 banners that are available to you to summon from. And it is, of course, random which one you get, which is what I mentioned previously. You get a Holy Grail as a bonus for summoning on any of these banners. Takeru and Draco are not included in the summoning campaign, because Draco can only be gotten in the 30 St. Quartz paid version of the GSSR, which is bullshit, but don't come arguing at me. Argue with the devs. I don't know why they do it. I still think it's a bullshit reason for why they do it, but whatever. New Year Cs are also on the banners, but they're not featured. The pool this year is going to be divided by gender, NP card type, and NP effect type. And some of the unknown gender units will be included in both male and female GSSRs. The only one that I could see from just to look at, just very quickly to see, is not included that has an unknown gender is Avenger Nobu. So I guess they just they probably just forgot, but it's okay. Just means there's one less banner with Avenger Nobu, which is, I guess, unfortunate if you wanted to go summon on male rather than female, but it is what it is on that. And yeah, like I said, I'm going to do a video talking more about all these individually, but you can see from the banner breakdown, there are a lot of banners, and some of these are definitely better than others. Like, for example, this arts one is pretty crazy for me in particular, because I could always use more copies of Tez. Telemaeus is really awesome, and I would love to have him. And Rasputin is also another unit that I would like to have, potentially. But yeah, this one is definitely catered to a lot of specific... Like, some of these will be so highly specific to talk about. It's going to be fun when, I guess, fun is not the right word I should use, but yeah. Just to let you know, the GSSR is coming, and it will be here, and it is, again, paid only, so if you are free to play, you may as well just not look at it and pretend it doesn't exist. And that is the basic breakdown for December. It's going to be pretty chill, and then we'll all get hyped for 2025 coming in, and then there'll be a big GSSR. This is a good time to start planning ahead for 2026, which is what I plan to do, making a whole bunch of videos talking about the upcoming year, how this year kind of panned out for me, and, you know, doing stuff like that. And yeah, and in terms of, I guess, if you want to take a quick look into what will be our 2026, but was Japan's 2024, we're not getting this because we got this early. But we will have Fate Samurai as an upcoming thing, and then we will also have a Fate Samurai pre-release campaign related to that as well, the New Year's campaign. And this is also the start of the year, the collabs. Oh, I forgot Andromeda was the February unit for this. Oh god, there's so much planning I have to do. I have to also make my planning video because I forgot after I failed in Shinpachi, it's time for me to take a deep look inside and see where I'm going to be going for next. Oh, but ID chapter release as well. Oh my god, this is such... Oh, I can't look at this anymore. It's going to be a rough year. That's the end of the video, everyone. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully not too long once I finish editing this all together and splicing together where I made a tiny mistake. Not all the mistakes disappear, but the ones that I get that annoy me do. Some form of mistakes are okay to keep in, but not all of them. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, everyone. If you've noticed something different, you'll notice that there's no longer a giant squeaky chair. That's right, I have a new chair, and this chair does not make squeaks. If you are someone who's been watching a lot of my videos, maybe you haven't been getting annoyed by it, but I've been really fucking annoyed with the fact that I constantly make squeaky chair. My chair was not squeaking, it was like dying on me. Maybe this is something to talk about in a later video, but anyway, glad to be back on things. I had a little bit of a break. My work is going to be crazy busy, but I also have a lot of stuff to cover for FGO, and I'm excited for it. I'm ready for the new year. And I'm glad that the game itself is a little bit chill in terms of everything. Like a single lotto event I can handle, because lotto grinds are actually pretty easy nowadays compared to the old days when I didn't have fully formed teams and I was just kind of winging it a lot of the time. Okay, but now that's seriously the end of the video. Thank you very much for watching. As always, you can show support by leaving a like, commenting, and actually doing anything. You know, I appreciate y'all watching. Even if you don't do any of those, I really heavily appreciate y'all. And I'll see you guys in the next video, whatever it may be. Till next time, bye-bye.